Welcome back, Brain Warriors. Thanks for your questions. Please keep posting them. Today's question is about IBS and what type of protein powder they should have. So one thing I always tell people is that your health program should be personalized to you. So when I write stuff, it's when you come to our clinic, we test you, we assess you as an individual. We have a program. That program is a general program. It's designed to be generally healthy for most people. Within that program, of course, we're going to customize it to you. Obviously, if someone is allergic to some kind of food, we're not going to say, well, it's on the program, you need to eat it, right? So always remember that and use common sense regarding what is healthy for you. So in this case, this person says that she discovered that hummus, lentils, and other legumes were really bad for her and contributing to her IBS. That's very common. Now, a lot of times, hummus and lentils don't affect people as significantly as other legumes do. But in this case, this does. And there are some people who that's true for. If that's true for you, you just need to know it. Maybe switch dipping your veggies, use guacamole. Okay, so that's another alternative. So use some common sense here, find an alternative. I always tell people, focus on what you can have, not on what you can't have, right? There are so many foods that are healthy that you can focus on, alternatives that you can try. In fact, I have alternatives for hummus in my cookbooks for traditional hummus. So if I were this person, I would completely avoid legumes. In fact, that is one of the recommendations for IBS, avoid legumes completely. And then she's also mentioning protein powder. Now, most of the vegan protein powders that are dairy-free, soy-free, that don't have whey in them, do use pea protein. Most of the time that doesn't affect people because the protein is isolated. It doesn't have the carbs from the legumes. It doesn't have all the other stuff from the legumes, and it's been isolated, and so it's not usually a problem. But there are some people who it's a problem for, and if it's a problem for you, then cut it out. There are so many other types of protein powders that it's hard for me to say because this person's asking what she should use. I can't really answer that. There's chia protein, there's pumpkin protein. There's so many other types of protein powders. The problem is you really need to read ingredients. It's a little bit of trial and error, and you're gonna have to read ingredients because one of the biggest problems isn't that, it's all the other stuff they put in it. There's typically agave or sugar or all this other stuff in there that makes it not all that healthy. It sounds healthy, but it's really not. So we want you to make sure you're sticking with a low sugar protein powder. Find one that works for you, but you're gonna have to go on a little bit of a research binge and figure out a protein powder. I would probably do a Google search for IBS protein powder, what's healthy for IBS. Just see what works for other people, but try to eliminate some of the sugar. I hope this was helpful. Just keep that in mind. So if you'd like a free copy of the Brain Warriors Way cookbook, leave me a message at tanaamen.com in the contact page. We're gonna do a weekly drawing and a giveaway. So leave me a question as well as your information, and if you get chosen and you're within the US, we're gonna send you a gift. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and right to the right of that is a little bell. If you wanna be notified when your questions are answered, hit that bell and you'll hear it every time. Thanks.